I do miss all the cool Japanese companies. Like, my first camcorder was a Sharp, you know. My first... I don't know who made the Tamagotchi, but I hate them.
Wow.
Hello and welcome to the Abroad Japan podcast. Probably the best way of learning about life in Japan without actually being in Japan. I'm your host, Chris Broad. We're joined, as always, by England's top Japan enthusiast, Mr. Pete Donaldson. Pete, how the devil are you doing? What's going on?
What is going on? There is a new product in Japan that I really want to try, Chris, and it sounds disgusting.
They're not bloody coolish.
Well, it's creamy. I can't say it's not creamy. Starbucks
Right.
Japan have released the Superchino.
What the dickens is that?
It's the
What is
first.
that?
It's a cross between soup and a cappuccino. It's
Ugh.
basically it's made by steaming milk in one of your Starbucks latte machines,
Right.
and then combining it with black truffles and 3 types of mushroom, and a bit of fried bacon taste as well, and vegetable broth. It's then garnished with a sprinkle not of chocolate like a cappuccino, but of parsley, and it's a Superchino, and it looks absolutely gopping, absolutely gopping.
Superchino. Where'd you find this?
Superchino.
Where'd you find this?
Where all the weird Japanese stories are in Sora News 24. It's a good.
So is it
it's a
supposed
good
to be
little-
like a dessert, or is it actually like a savoury, soupy...
Kind of looks like a milky kind of dessert, but no, I think it is supposed to be a. I've downloaded a picture to put it up. The web peas, man. Why did the internet start using web peas instead of
Bring back
fucking
JPEG.
PNGs? Go back to JPEG, you absolute pieces. Web pea. Get stuffed. Luckily, OBS can open web peas. Yeah, so it looks like that. It
That
just
seems
looks
kind of
like
good.
a normal. It does look like a creamy mushroom soup, basically.
The truffle superchino.
The truffle superchino. I just fancy it.
You seen that clip of Al Pacino singing the Dunkachino song? Can't get enough of my Dunkachino. Have you seen it?
Yes, I think. Was that Japanese only, or was that America? I can't remember.
Oh, it was
now.
a film he was in like 2013 that wasn't very good.
Right.
With Adam Sandler.
Okay.
And I think in hindsight, he's like, yeah, I regret that. I needed the money. It's quite funny, though. I quite enjoy it. But will I enjoy it as much as the Superchino? I'll let you know. I'm going to seek this out at some point and
Yeah.
try it. I love a bit of soup.
Have you seen them? Have you seen that Aussie bloke who him and his partner are going to a drive-through like McDonald's or whatever, and every time she goes to say what she wants, like I want some I want 6 chicken tendies or whatever, he just shouts, "A big bucket of soup, please!"
What the fuck?
over her order. Every
What?
time she opens her mouth to try and order the food, he goes, "Big bucket of soup!"
Why? Why does he do that?
Oh, because men are pigs. Just pigs.
God damn it.
But every time, just big bucket of soup would be nice. Just always demanding a big... So every time I'm at a drive-through, Sarah will shout, "Big bucket of soup, mate!" 'Cause she's
I'm still
she's
unsettled by my previous trip to McDonald's with Natsuki. We did that, like the video, like the tiny K-car thing where we drove across Japan. And the first third, we went for a drive-through. And I'm in the driver's seat, Natsuki's in the passenger seat, and I ordered a Samurai Mac, right? And the woman's like, what kind of Samurai Mac do you want? I'm like, I don't know. Like, what? And I freeze and panic, and I'm like, and Natsuki's like laughing his head off. And then I go, oh, fucking Samurai Mac, just give me a Big Mac or something. And then I just completely changed the order. And Natsuki's like laughing, choking to death in the passenger
I
seat.
remember this.
Stupid Samurai Mac.
Big bucket of Japanese soup.
To this day, I still don't know what other Samurai Mac there is.
No, well, it seems like you got to wear your meat kimono if you're ordering. As I said,
Oh.
you got to do it.
Oh.
Just
It's good stuff, though. Good old Samurai Mac. It is good. It is good. It's they bathe the beef. They bathe
They
put the
bathe
hamburger
the
patties.
beef. I'm glad you're not in the PR team. We've bathed the beef, guys. Oh, good, brilliant.
Oh, no.
Disgusting.
They bathe the
They
beef.
bathe
in
it's as
soy
soft
sauce.
as an old lady's hair. We've bathed the beef, guys.
They marinate it in fucking soy sauce.
Marinating it, better.
Yeah.
Good God.
I'll bathe you in some
Bathe
soy
the
sauce
beef.
in a minute. Fuck you know.
I'd like that.
It's good though. It's very good. The Samurai Mac.
Yeah.
Do try it if you come to Japan. Get the order right. The bloody
Don't order
drive-through.
it with Samurai Natsuki.
Yeah, he'll ridicule you to the end of time. Tim from Perth, Western Australia says, "Hello, Chris and Pete. I want to thank you for inspiring me to get back into cycling after a near 3-decade hiatus. I'm the same vintage as Natsuki. This year alone, I've covered 3,000 kilometres on my bike. This all culminated in me finishing the Shimanami Kaido, the original journey across Japan that lit the spark. I actually felt a bit emotional as I rode up to the ramp of the last bridge before Imabari. I was amazed that everything had gone according to plan. The weather was gorgeous, and I got to enjoy jaw-dropping scenery. I didn't want it to end. I rode it over two and a bit days and covered 154 kilometres, as I did do some side quests, including going around most of Omishima. The first ride was just from Onomichi to Shida Takayama viewpoint and back. Day 2 onwards was the journey proper. Some of the rides up to the observation points were brutal on a pedal bike, but I was too proud and too stubborn to use an e-bike, but the views were worth it. It's been one of my favourite and rewarding experiences ever, except for being swooped by a black kite on day 1. Thank you again, wow. Tim from Perth, Australia. I mean, having just done it myself last month with Connor, I can attest it is probably the best thing in Japan. It's so fun. The scenery is absolutely jaw-dropping because the islands go across the inland sea and you just stop periodically, you look across and you see this vast, beautiful ocean and these tiny islands dotted around. It does look like, you know, the River Styx or something. It looks like the view of heaven that you kind of, you might picture. And I had a great time. So I know exactly how you feel, Tim. And if you're watching this, still making up your itinerary for your trip to Japan in the near future, I'd put that firmly in the sort of top of it, to be honest. Second only, maybe, to staying in a nice ryokan with a nice hot spring. Shimanami Kaido is just fucking amazing. It really is. Yeah. Don't do it on an e-bike, though. Some people did. When I was cycling with Connor, people would like shoot past on an e-bike, and I'd be like, traitors, you can't do this. And then I got angry that I didn't have one.
Yeah, well, exactly. I mean, I think people have accessibility issues, and also, I don't think I could cycle. I'm not a fit man. I play a bit of football here and there, but I'm not. I'm not someone who could get the old twin pistons going and get to where we need to be.
Well, honestly, if I did it again, I probably would use an e-bike. But I've done it twice, done it 3 times now actually, and I've earned that e-bike. I'll have my e-bike.
Yeah, you have. Do it on a motorbike.
If you are genuinely worried about doing it, though, I would say get an e-bike. Do it. It doesn't matter. It's about the journey, not necessarily the struggle on the bike. It's about the absolutely incredible journey itself. And the route has its own separate bike path, so you're not riding into traffic or anything like that. But I did a video on it. It's called 24 Hours in Japan's Inland Sea Paradise. Shimanami Kaido with Shala. Came out 2018, and it's held up pretty well, I think. It's a good video, that. Fond memories. But what is going on in Japan this week, Mr. Dawson? Tell us about single middle-aged men that aren't that happy.
Single middle-aged men. They're not happy. New research in Japan. Research in Japan just seems to basically just spend most of its time studying childless couples, people who are just not together, loneliness epidemics. That's all they're doing. These lonely scientists and, marketeers just sort of putting this all together. Yeah, new research in Japan has highlighted a surprising trend in happiness. A survey of over 15,000 people in Tokyo and nearby prefectures show that single men in their 40s and 50s report the lowest levels of happiness among all age and marital groups. According to researcher Kazuhisa Arakawa, this is a combination of 2 factors. Middle age tends to bring lower happiness, and unmarried individuals generally report less contentment than married people. When these overlap, it's middle-aged single men who are struggling most. Economic pressures are part of the story. Many men in this group face job insecurity or lower income, and societal changes mean that traditional roles, once a source of identity and stability, are shifting. But you see that all over the world, don't you? Arakawa points out that these losses can impact self-worth and overall well-being. But there's hope. Arakawa suggests that happiness can improve by focusing on meaningful experiences rather than external measures like status or wealth. Building connections, exploring new interests, and creating places to go in life can help middle-aged single men rediscover contentment. Apparently, middle-aged single men may be currently the least happy group, but let's focus on experience. Let's focus on purpose. Join a squash team. I don't know what people do in that sphere. Join the squad
I wonder.
team.
I think in Japan, more than other countries, there's a sort of blueprint that people are made to follow. Like if you look at the education process from 4 years old to 18 years old and often beyond, your hand is held and you simply walk through the conveyor belt of education, like other countries. But in Japan, it does sort of prepare you for life in the country and being a part of it. And I remember what was most impressive, every one of my students had something lined up and ready to go before they left school. Like often they'd have their jobs and places. Everyone that went to university was already ready to go, and everyone that was doing like getting a job in the real world would like be prepped for that and have their jobs all ready to go. So they stepped out of school and into employment. So Japan has that nice way of life, but then all of a sudden after that, the next phase, your 20s, the pressure's on to settle down, find someone quick, marry, have kids before sort of 28 years old. And if you don't fit that, then it can be problematic and, real pressure on people. So, yeah, I'm not surprised by that. And I feel like there's not as much, and there might be, but I feel like there's not as much social mobility in Japan as other countries. It's hard to move between sectors, right? It's hard to do that a bit more so than maybe it is to switch between jobs and careers and sectors back home. But yeah, I'm not surprised by that though.
No, people don't sort of take, like you say, like people start their job straight out of school or university, and they don't take a little bit of time to sort of find themselves a little bit, and you just spend your time just drinking.
I mean, I was lucky in some respects. After I finished school, age 18, I was about to go to university, and then I realised I wasn't sure I wanted to do it. So I took a gap year, and in that year, I didn't really find myself so much as work really hard and have a pretty depressing year. Well, I got a lot of clarity during that time, and it helped me realise I should probably go to university, and I sort of got like something to get excited about. In this case, it was coming to Japan, this idea of like, I want to teach in Japan, we'll go from there, because I thought it'd be quite adventurous. But having that guiding star really did give me a lot of purpose and focus at a time when I was lost, like a lot of people coming out of school, Fucking terrifying, isn't it? Going into the real world after just sitting in a classroom, doing your tests, exams and stuff. All of a sudden you have to be proactive. All of a sudden you have to make decisions. And it's tough. It's scary. Not just in Japan, but anywhere.
There will be a lot of people in their sort of 20s listening and, viewing this podcast. And, I hate to be old father time and stuff, but I mean, your 20s are a free hit, man. Your 20s are a free hit. I did fuck all. I started my radio career at like 26, I think, 27. Everybody else would have started at like student radio and stuff, but I was like just working for a local government in London for the longest time. So I had a good job, but
Special Agent
pay cut
Pete Dawson, local government. What's all this about?
The housing division sort of basically saying to social housing members, do you want to move into the northeast because we've got a lot more social housing up there. You'd probably actually have a bit more room for your kids. And they go, why are you down here? I'm going, don't worry about that. Don't worry, why? That's the job. I mean, just don't put undue pressure on yourself to start that career. And maybe like this whole kind of hustle culture and rising and grinding and stuff, maybe perhaps gives people a bit of an idea that you don't have to go into the job to make your money and to make the thing that you want to do. Maybe you can do something a bit more creative. Maybe you can do something outside of your usual work in the city and work for a hedge fund, etc.
I mean, for me, there was no doubt in the last episode that we had the podcast, I talked about my grandparents that worked for the Foreign Office, right? And they worked in like Libya and Poland and Canada and Ireland, exotic lands. And sitting around the dinner table hearing their stories as a kid, it sort of seeded this idea that, I want to live overseas. I want to have these adventures as well. So we all have like a guiding star hidden away in our minds of what we want to do somewhere. Things that excite us. But for me, that was something to get excited about in my 20s. And I think I'm lucky that I was in Japan because I felt like every day was like an exciting challenge, learning new things, doing new things, going outside my comfort zone. And it pushed me in ways I never thought I would. So I'm not necessarily saying if you're young to move to Japan and become a teacher. I don't think it's for everyone. I don't think many of my friends would have enjoyed it. What I'm saying is, try and have fun, but challenge yourself as well. Do things that you kind of want to do, but you might feel a bit scared of doing. And I think you'll probably find yourself along the way, But I suppose it's tougher when you're in your middle-aged years, though. You're a middle-aged man. Are you happy?
I'm a middle-aged man, yeah. I'm happy, yeah. I've got a child and a partner and 2 dogs. What more could I've just bought myself a little post box for the front of the house so people can put their packages in, and I've made a Christmas cake which I keep on feeding Sherry to, like a weird child.
But what would you be doing if you were a single middle-aged man? What would you do?
I'm in a room with a 1970s television and a papier-mâché head of the TV presenter Richard Keys. I'm struggling to see how I could get more eccentric, to be honest, Chris.
Yes.
I don't know how I would get. I spent last week fixing a Super 8 projector and stuff. I mean, I just feel like there's just a lot of things in my life that I would be doing anyway. I just potter. I do get a lot of scope to just potter around and do what I want anyway. So, yeah, I'm having the best time. I really am. Well done, Sarah and daughter.
Well, I mean, as Arakawa says in their study, that happiness can be improved by focusing on meaningful experiences rather than external measures like status or wealth. I'd agree with that wholeheartedly. The best things that I've done of recent memory don't require that much money, like the Shimanami Kaido cycle, like hiking Nakasendo Trail with Natsuki. You can do it on a budget, these amazing things. Push yourself physically, mentally, do all these cool things. You don't need that much money to do it, If I was in the UK right now, I'd probably go and hike the Lake District for a few weeks or go and read a book or something. There's I don't know, so much things you could do. I guess that's the one thing. Try and find the stuff you'd love, hobby-wise. Try and find a hobby, whether it's collecting weird stuff like Pete Donaldson or doing photography like me. Try and find something that you get excited about, and then you'll be all right.
I had a friend of a friend kind of had a difficult few years. He lost his dad and stuff, and he just decided to just climb every big mountain in. Well, I guess in the UK we don't have that big mountains, but
they're still pretty challenging.
Climb all the big mountains in the UK, and he just sort of basically collected them and went, "That's a nice little project for someone to do."
Yeah,
but quite manageable at the same time.
Absolutely, I do think physical exercise is the best thing. And I really want to do a lot more next year, because all the best memories I've had this year are cycling or hiking somewhere and going out and doing that, and and not looking at my phone, staying the fucking hell away from my phone. Yeah, do that. Get outside, have some fun. We'll be back in a moment, guys. Your stories, comments, and questions over in the fax machine.
Wow.
And we're back with the fax machine. What have we got this week from our listeners, Mr. Donaldson? Fill us in.
Todd S. has said, fellow Brits here, hello, my wife and I have always dreamed of moving to Japan, as we're both very passionate about everything we see and hear about it. However, she's very much a city girl, being from Bristol, and I am much more of a countryside guy. It's like a song Skater Boy, isn't it? Is there any area or location that is an equal combination of the two? Love the channel and work my way through the podcast. All the best, Todd S. I always feel guilty about people who go through the podcast episode by episode. I just think they're going to be tired of us and they're never going to listen again.
That's a good question, though. I don't know, Okinawa. I've just been to Okinawa, and you've got the city of Naha and all the cool stuff, and then you drive an hour and a half and you've got a quiet beach or a cove or a rainforest that you can dick about in. So that would get my vote. And spiders aren't so good. All the snakes, habu snakes, fucking dangerous, man. But apart from that, it's great. Get Okinawa. Or Hokkaido, best of both worlds. Sapporo, you've got city life and Susukino, the nightlife district there. But then you can head out to Fudano and be in the rolling fields in a couple of hours. So every place in Japan, it's really easy to have the best of both worlds and have city escape one day, countryside the next. Nowhere better than Japan for that. Given all the mountains surrounding the cities, there's always somewhere to escape to, right? Derek, Says, hello lads, I'm starting to consider what Christmas presents to give my friends and family. As I have a long weekend in Tokyo planned, bolted onto a work trip, I wanted to do a whistle-stop tour of the best of Tokyo's shops and malls. Are there any items in the shops you're pining for, or secretly hoping will appear in your Christmas stockings? Hope you're both on the nice list. Derek, the shopping man. You know my favourite shop in all Japan for this is Loft. The best one is in Shibuya. It's about 6 stories. They've got like video games, they've got lighting, they've got cards, lots of crafty things. I remember when I showed YouTube around, it was Johnny Harris last year. The awesome dude does like political, geopolitical content. I took him around there and we went around for like an hour and a half buying things. Loft is the one place I always make a beeline for. Yodobashi camera, probably my second favourite, because there's always some electronics there you can't get anywhere else. What about you, Mr. Dawson? You're very much a shopaholic, aren't you?
I'm a Tokyo Hands man, as you know. Tokyo Hands, Mandarake. Tokyo Hands is the place where every sort of season they'll have like they'll have your usual kind of like department store stuff, and weird like half levels. Like you'll be like you'll be on level 2.5, and you're like, why did they need to add halves into this? Why couldn't we just have one big level that is kind of split? But so if you can sort of figure it out, it's great. But you can buy stuff like Pocari Sweat for dogs on the pet level, and every season they'll have a new like little. I bought I think this television actually.
What have you
I bought this from Tokyo Hands.
What the hell, really? Wait, come back, bring it here. Bring the
heavy.
Wait,
it's a heavy television. They sometimes sell second-hand goods. So sometimes they'll have a little sort of period where they'll sell like old electronics and stuff, and they'll be beautifully put together. They'll either be restored or not working or whatever. But they sell some beautiful stuff sometimes.
That's so cool.
Yeah, really.
Which what store is that? Which Tokyo Hands branch? Is it Shibuya?
Shibuya, ground floor. Near as you walk up to the excellent bar Rockaholic, it's just on the corner there. That entrance always has. Especially coming up to Christmas, you'll have some weird arty shit or some vintage stuff they're selling, and you never know what you're going to get. But every month or something, they'll have a new, different set of either secondhand or sort of crafted stuff by local artists and stuff. And I love Tokyo for that. And also in the ground floor, you can just buy a load of raw materials, like every shape of polystyrene head you can go for. You can buy wood, metal, plastic. If you're a bit crafty and you need, a Halloween costume or something, that's the place to go. It's expensive, but it's good stuff. Oh, it's good stuff, Chris. I love it.
That's so cool. I'm actually going to look there. Maybe after this, I'm going to race my way over town.
They probably will have some. They probably will have some
but there's something really cool about retro. The one video I want to do this year was about Japanese electronics, because I love them, you love them, we know that. And I wanted to do like a story on how in the 90s, 70s, 80s, 90s, Japan ruled the world when it came to consumer electronics, right? And then it didn't. And then the party stopped sometime around the late 90s. China and Korea stole a lot of the thunder, so to speak. But it's not all as doom and gloom as you'd think. A lot of the companies ended up moving into actually things like healthcare. They make a lot more money from doing healthcare products instead of consumer electronics. So it's not as bad as we'd think. But at the same time, I do miss all the cool Japanese companies. Like, my first camcorder was a Sharp, My first... I don't know who made the Tamagotchi, but I hate them. Because fucking Tamagotchi, man.
Did you see that somebody made a Tamagotchi that you had to vape to keep alive?
That's kind of cool. That is very cool.
Terrible. Absolutely terrible.
Funnily enough, the town I ended up in, my first 3 years as a teacher, my friend drove me around and gave me the grand tour. He was like, "That's the Tamagotchi plant. Where all of Japan's Tamagotchis are made." And I was like, "That's where it came from." I spent like a year begging my parents for a Tamagotchi, and then it died after like a day. and it didn't come back on. I was like, oh, fucking piece of rubber. Other than that, all Japanese electronics tonight were just incredible. And yeah, I kind of want to do like a historic retelling of it, interview some people who were behind some of the electronics. But it's a really long passion project that nobody is going to watch except you, me, and 5 other people. And it's going to cost lots of money to make, and I have to weigh it up against other stuff, but I'll probably do it next year. It's on the agenda. I love Japanese electronics, and actually, ads like Japanese 1980s electronics ads. Commercials are really
beautiful.
Cool. Yeah.
Yes.
Fucking
Very
awesome.
abstract as well.
Yeah,
really good stuff. The my favourite bit of Japanese electronics you don't see anywhere else is a little cupboard, and I've spoken about this before. A little cupboard that you put your clothes in, and it just wiggles them. It's a clothes wiggler. And it's just, I've never seen it anywhere. You put it in and it just moves your clothes, like a shirt on a hanger. You put the hanger in and it just wibbles and wobbles it left and right.
To get rid of crinkles.
I guess to get rid of crinkles, but I just feel like there are other options that you don't need a wibbly wobbly cupboard, really. It just seems,
an iron
seems like a waste
to
of
mind.
everyone's time. Yeah.
That's pretty cool, though. That's pretty cool. I want to wiggle.
A wibbly wobbly cupboard.
Get one of those for Christmas. Keep the stories, questions, comments coming in to abroadjapanpodcast@gmail.com. But for now, guys, have yourself a great few days. We'll see you right back here to do it over again on the Abroad Japan podcast. Bye for now.